And welcome back to another edition of the Throwback Thursday movie review show as part of the Cup of Joe show channel. Seems like you guys actually watched and maybe enjoyed the first episode, so we're gonna keep doing this. This week I'm gonna review Hancock. Hancock's a movie starring Will Smith, Charlize Theron, and Jason Bateman. It kind of serves as the trailer actually makes you believe that it's going to be a straight up superhero comedy type deal, and it's not. The movie is actually much deeper than that. It starts off as pretty much a straight up superhero comedy. And it's funny. It's got funny lines. It gets really funny. But then, as the movie starts to progress, it actually gets into the trials and tribulations of Hancock and who he really is, played by Will Smith. Obviously, he's just he's alone. He's alone in the world, and he feels he's alone in the world. There's no one else like him. No one really does like him. So Jason Bateman sees this, and he sees an opportunity to turn his life around. He's one of those people that wants to change the world, and he's just in general a nice guy. So that's where it all goes down. And as like I said, as the movie goes on, as he starts to rebuild, Hancock starts to rebuild his image. The movie gets more and more dramatic, and I think it's at that point where this movie actually has a lot of merit. I really like this movie. I like this movie more than a lot of people actually. It's just I just love where it goes. I mean, I'm sure you've probably seen it by now if you wanted to see it. But I mean, it's just where it goes. It just gets deeper and deeper, and then the musical score. I can't say enough about the musical score. The musical score is beautiful, and the end makes me cry every single time. I know people think that I'm crazy that I cry at the end of Hancock, and it's probably the most random movie that I have cried for, but like every time, it really hits me. It really hits me in particular. The dramatic themes are really great. Yeah, I really feel for Hancock, and I understand his situation. You're able to connect as his character grows throughout the film, whereas the trailer made it seem like he was going to be this one-dimensional, funny, just kind of kind of a worthless superhero, if you will. He just kind of does things just because, and he gets he racks up the property damage in doing so. So he's just kind of a lost guy trying to find his way. But in the end, he does find himself, and it's interesting to see him grow. Obviously, you have Will Smith. He's a spectacular actor. Charlize Theron, spectacular actress, and Jason Bateman. Well, Jason Bateman plays Jason Bateman, and it totally works for this film. I guess the weak part is the villain. The villain is very weak. But honestly, I mean, everything else, it's funny, it's dramatic. It also, it makes me cry. So I'm gonna rate this higher than people may expect. I mean, there's a reason I own it, and I'll give it 4 out of 5 cups. I think it's a really solid Will Smith movie, and he really hasn't had much lately. So, I mean, what's the next movie coming out? Focus, with him and Margot Robbie. I don't know, it has potential, but the Will Smith of old is, he just hasn't been in the same stuff. And Hancock was one of his last, in my opinion, great roles and great films that he has been in. There's been talk of a Hancock too. I have no idea. I would be on board with it. I don't think it's particularly necessary, but it'd be interesting to see where it goes. So that's it. That's all I got for you. See Hancock if you've never seen Hancock, and comment below if you've ever cried. I won't get any comments, I know, but if you cried during Hancock, I feel you. I'm with you. All right, guys. We'll see you Saturday.